everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. My name is Katie. I am the Duchess of Suds here on this channel, and this is Kenny, who is the Earl of Suds.
The Earl of Suds. I did steal that from YouTube comments, in case you're wondering.
And as you can probably tell by the title of this video, I am not going to be the one making soap today. Kenny is.
It is certainly my first time underneath the camera making soap, so I mean, we're gonna try our best.
That's right.
We're gonna do our best.
The soap that we are making today is actually going to be available on March 4th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, royaltysoaps.com. So if you like it, we will have a lot available. It is a rendition of a soap that I made a long time ago called Woodland Whimsy, but we updated it because I looked on Instagram. I follow lots of different crafty Instagram accounts, and there's this lady, her name is Elizabeth. Her handle is Surreal Goods, and she does modern embroidery. Kenny's seen the hat that I got, and it has mushrooms and geodes on this dad cap. It is awesome. I'll show you guys a picture right now, and Elizabeth is an absolute mastermind, so be sure to go follow her on Instagram as well. That's who this soap inspiration and kind of the rekindling of the idea came from. Thanks, Elizabeth, and without further ado, let's make some soap.
Let's get into it.
So before we begin, here is the design concept that Kenny is gonna try to recreate. Woodland Whimsy. We got the little mushroom here, little crystal here. We got two-toned piping. All of the soap base is going to look brown because it's supposed to be like the earth. And then there's like crystal gem soap balls that we've hand rolled, and we have also dipped them in mica. So that mica should show up in the final product. And once again, it is inspired by Surreal Goods. Be sure to follow her on Instagram.
Alrighty, so to get started, we are going to put our lye into our oils.
Just straight lye?
Just straight lye. Well, now it's lye and water. It's the lye and water mix, whatever you would call that.
Solution, maybe.
So the lye water solution, I'm gonna mix it up and blend it for a second. So now, I'm gonna burp that blender like a baby. Now we can just pour in and try to hit the neck of the stick blender. I've been told that helps with bubbles. Is that true?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Okie doke. Now we're just going to blend it until it reaches just past emulsification. Now we are just going to add some brown oxide to color the base. So this is just to make it look like, well, dirt, naturally, with the brown there.
Look at you wiping down the stick blender like so. That is gonna make a lot of people happy because I never do it.
Whippity wipity. So for the fragrance oil, we have a special secret sauce blend made by the Duchess herself. And it has a very woody, kind of earthy, a little bit sweet, vanilla-y fragrance. It's quite good. quite lovely. So we're just going to pour it in.
That's right.
Could have poured that on the neck here, if I had thought to. And we will whip it or blend it?
Blend it.
Well, we will blend it up. Alright, so here we have our molds, and I'm just going to pour this this base that we just did up to about, say a third, so that we can put in those soap balls. Alright. Shaky, shaky. Yeah. Shaky, shaky.
Put these little soap scrap balls that we created in the middle of the lines. That way whenever we cut the soap, there will be some showing.
This one is a gigantic one.
Yes.
Good heavens.
It will be seen from many different different bars, like 4 of them.
From light years away, you see the soap ball coming in.
That's right.
Alright, so now we're going to fill it up another third to put on some more lovely soap balls. Oh dear, a mess. A medieval muddle, good grief. Setting up nicely.
For your first debut, I thought I'd give you the hardest thing I could possibly you think of?
I've made a right mess. I hope that some people can relate to these struggles. I'm not a master soap maker like Katie. I'm a noob. All right, we'll stick the rest of these bowls in here. The little planets. Oh, I think there's a planet under that one. I could feel it. Maybe we could have charted these stars before we just put on this top layer, but it will be a-okay.
He said hopefully.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Just sure of it. With all the experience in my large repertoire of soap making, I'm sure that it will be fine. Are they supposed to be stacked on each other?
Yeah, they could be stacked or however. They're supposed to be like rocks or gemstones you might find underneath the crevice of the Earth's surface.
Ah, journey to the center of the Earth.
That's right.
Where you'll find soap planets.
Shush. Not planets, they're gems,
Oh,
rocks.
Of course.
As he continues to place, I'm gonna ladle some stuff in.
We must be speedy.
Right.
It is setting up due to my lovely blending job. A little planet, I mean a little gem dear.
A true gem. A true gem, dear.
You are just a gem. Or a diamond that shines.
Wait, what is that?
Isn't that jump 5?
I think you're right. Either that or it's like Hillary Duff.
I'm pretty sure that's jump 5. You know it's good whenever you gotta ladle it in.
That's right. Here at Royalty Soaps, we don't believe in mistakes, just happy accidents.
Now beat the devil out.
That's right, now beat the devil out of it. All right, I think I'll let you beat this one on the ground as well.
Ah, here we go.
We'll just smear this right on down. It will look like the bumpy earth underneath the grass.
Ah, that was the look that I was trying to achieve.
I knew you were.
You've got to let it thicken up. The experts will all tell you, let it thicken up a little bit to make a dirt-like texture. Now that our soap base is done, then we are going to mix up our frosting and get the piping started.
Bing, 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 bing. 2 hours later.
2 hours later. The slowest piping on earth. 2. This is a kind of grassy knoll that we're trying to put on this. And we went for a two-tone kind of look for this soap. So there's a dark green and a light green in here. Let's see if we can get it on this hill here.
Look at those mad piping skills.
Oh my, yes. I've done some piping practice. But still much to learn.
I don't do a lot of two-tone piping because there is always one that sets up faster than the other one, and that's just the way it is.
So Mr. Hard Green, that's who we're dealing with right now.
That's right.
So I'm going to put the lighter color on the outside. And I'll spin it a little bit, but I think we'll let that one shine. Oh dear. Ah, my middles are gonna look so nice. The outside, not so much. The inside, magnifique. That's all right. That's okay.
And remember, we still have embeds to put on top too.
Yes. So we're gonna put embeds all in these little crevices.
That's
all
right.
in these little troublesome areas. And we'll try to, it's the final product. Final product that matters.
That's right.
Soap learning time. Soap learning time.
That looks pretty good, like especially since I know they're coming out at 2 different rates.
Mm-hmm. Katie whipped it up.
I did.
Whenever it gets hard, you gotta whip it. Another spatula.
Oh.
This is a little smoother.
Yeah.
A little smoother. Got some royal whips. Put some royal whips on it. Yes.
All right.
Okay, all right.
I always have said that the hardest part of piping is judging how much you should put on each one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not making the shape, it's judging how much.
It can go either way. You gotta love the 2 little, 1 batch, and then the next, you've got a whole huge container of wasted piping. And then the very next time is like, oh no, scraping the barrel to get that last one on top.
Yep.
You gotta love the process.
That's right.
The process.
I make it look so easy, but...
yes.
And practice for this, really and honestly, guys. Practice really does make perfect.
I love the little guys that are like, don't leave me behind. And you're like, sorry, this is done. That dollop is done. You stay right there. Easy little ones, little tiny ones. I'm gonna make it very difficult to edit this video because I will be talking throughout and there will be no big holes to chop off. Not as many dollops as we wanted, but sometimes you just don't get what you want for Christmas. Yes!
All right!
We're gonna put extra special embeds.
So the first thing, I have some khaki green, I believe it's khaki green from Nurture Soap, and this is gonna tie in with those two greens on top. It's kind of a nice mix of both, and it's definitely yellow toned. So we're gonna sprinkle this on top, and that will make it so that any rough edges, maybe ones that Kenny isn't too pleased with, they're gonna be less noticeable because you got salt on top of it. And then also on top, we're gonna put some Gold Digger biodegradable gold glitter on top, and that's also gonna kind of detract from any slight imperfections there may be. Or put it in your hand.
And sprinkle, sprinkle.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. We gotta keep fishing for more scrapey-scrapies.
That's right.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, pipey.
And a word to the wise, when you use salt on the top of your soap, you do need to make sure you're working in a very not humid climate.
Oh.
Because salt attracts moisture and then it melts and then you just end up with like white ashy stuff on your soap. So make sure that you're low humidity.
I was thinking that if we make little interesting soaps that have interesting shapes, or if I make a funny label while I'm testing them out, that I could shout it out on my Instagram. And if somebody finds it, if somebody can find that one weird label, then I don't know, maybe they'd win something. I'm thinking about it.
That would be fun.
That might be fun.
So while he's finishing up the glitter, here's some of the embeds that are going on top. These are glycerin soap amethyst crystals that we made here. They're all hand cut, and we're gonna be sticking these in, one for each bar, and then we also have some red mushrooms that we'll be putting in as well. So what we'll do on the tops of these that don't have that extra little piping dollop, we might end up putting the mushroom right there on top in the middle, and then we'll end up sticking one of these amethysts on the side. So to do that, I'll just stick this right here, and there we go, look, all better.
Ta-da! A shortcut to what? You said mushroom?
Oh, how nice to have someone just hand these to me. You're my own personal soap slave.
Nah, the mobile container.
That's right.
Mario style mushroom.
That's right. Lots of people have said that. On the very first soap that I did, there were a ton of people that were like, oh my gosh, it reminds me of Mario.
Have you ever played, I assume that you've played some sort of Mario game besides Mario Kart? Or is it just Mario Kart?
I've only ever played Mario Kart.
Alright, only Mario Kart
I haven't even ever played like Mario Party.
Ah.
I don't even know how to do that.
I gotta say, Super Mario Sunshine, if you missed that on the GameCube, that's a crying shame.
You do the mush, I'll do the amethyst. I really do love these amethyst crystals though. Like these are some of my favorite types of embeds to put in.
So do any mushrooms look like this in real life, or is this...
Yes!
This is just super cool looking mushrooms?
No, I'll insert a picture right now. There really are mushrooms that look like this in real life. And we saw one time, Caleb and I did. I don't remember where it was, but it was red. It was like cherry red.
Cherry red. I've only ever seen the old white ones.
Perfect. Why don't you spritz that with rubbing alcohol?
Spritzing, and this is to break the surface tension for the glitter and for the embeds, right?
Yes, and also to keep the top from soda ash and getting that white crusty stuff that's not harmful, just ugly.
All right.
And guess what? You're done.
Done?
Yeah!
Easy peasy.
Yeah! Look at that! Not hard at all. Well, I think he should be quite pleased with himself. These look really, really cool. And I'm digging the gold glitter for sure. So we're gonna let them sit for 18 to 24 hours and then we'll come back and we'll cut up the updated Woodland Whimsy soap.
And we are back after 24 hours to cut the Woodland Whimsy soap. And you can see that after waiting for so long, the colors have they've kind of really popped. There was a kind of mustardy looking yellow that has really just bloomed into a beautiful grassy green. And then we have our little salts, our little gemstones over here, and we've got all of our little mushrooms. So let's chop this sucker up. We'll lay it down so as to be careful with our embeds and line it up, making sure that we don't chop any of these little mushrooms. Push down gently. And let's see what the inside of this looks like. Ooh, look at those gems. I like that one there. That looks almost like peppermint or something. Very cool. Different colors on different sides. I like that.
I know, each one you pull out is going to be really different.
Look at that, a little purple one in there. And then on the other side, boom, 3 of them. Oh, that one looks like the earth itself.
Yeah.
And I like the 2 tones inside of the piping. Really makes an interesting, not just the texture, but the color is interesting too. So we've decided to turn the tables on Katie, and now she is going to give me the question of the day.
That's right. And it is a functional question of the day, as is per my usual. They're always doing the funny ones or just the really no one wants to think about them questions of the day. But mine is, did you guys enjoy seeing somebody else make one of my designs? Did you like watching Kenny make the soap? If you did, please vote in the question of the day, because I'm pretty sure Kenny would be willing to come back for more soap making. Is that accurate, Kenneth?
Oh yes, I most certainly would.
Alright, well y'all let us know if you enjoyed him. Click the eye in the upper right hand corner of the screen. So the inside looks great.
Yes. That's the best that we could say for sure. For sure.
You know, it's really funny because I know that we're like, oh, that's not the best Kenny has ever done. And by the way, I will insert a picture right now because between the time that we filmed that and the time we're filming this outro, he's made more of these soaps. So we'll show you a picture now of the last one that he did, which looks absolutely perfect. You wouldn't be able to tell that it wasn't mine.
But hey, we're all learning here, right?
That's right.
It's somewhat of a tutorial channel, so,
that's right.
You know.
Absolutely. All stages of learning are welcome, whether or not you even know what cold process soap making is or you've been doing it for 10 years. This is an inclusive place. But thank you very much for being on Royalty Soaps today. We look forward to seeing Kenny in the future.
I hope that y'all all enjoyed it and weren't like, hey, that's not Katie.
Once again, we have some Instagrams. You can follow Elizabeth at Surreal Goods to look at modern embroidery. You can follow me at Katie W. Carson to see lifestyle and all these pictures of Lily, essentially. You can follow Kenny, who has no pictures at all, but we're getting there. And you can follow Royalty Soaps for lots of soap pictures and some behind the scenes sneak peeks. Be sure to do something fun for yourself today, whether that is right on the spot, say something.
Paint your toenails.
Or another one.
You could take a bath with roses or something.
There you go, good idea. We're actually filming this on Valentine's Day today, so I'm sure that has...
Eat some chocolate. For goodness sake.
Either way, do something that makes you happy and we'll see you guys soon. So until next time, bye for now.